What's up, guys? Today is a very exciting day for Fortnite because we are going to be kicking off the high stakes event. So we've got a brand new getaway LTM, which looks insane. We've got some details on that we're going to be talking about here in a second. We've got the brand new wildcard skin along with the wildcard challenges to unlock more cosmetics. You've got the brand new grappling gun, which is a totally new way to traverse the map. It's going to be crazy. Be able to, grapple your way up in other people's bases and stuff. It's going to be nuts. And then on top of that, we've got some other interesting changes to the rarities of some weapons. Some weapons have been completely taken out. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting morning. So hope you guys are ready. We're going to talk about everything that's changed. But first, let's watch the high stakes trailer. Dude, this looks so good. So obviously one of the major changes this morning is the brand new getaway LTM, and this is super significant. Like the mode in it of itself, man, this looks so crazy. And obviously one of the biggest changes this morning is the brand new getaway LTM, and this mode looks awesome just by itself, but it also marks an even bigger kind of like moment in Fortnite history because this is our first mode that isn't based on BR. Yes, you're still gonna have storms coming in, and yes, it's still kind of the same idea, but it's the first mode that has a totally different objective. You are not trying to be the last one alive. You are trying to get that jewel, take it to your getaway van, and getting out of there. And that marks our first non-BR type mode in this game. And I've been talking about this for a while. I mean, I love BR. I love Battle Royale. That's what's made Fortnite so popular. Same with PUBG and H1Z1 and some of the other games out there. Like, BR is definitely the trend in games at the moment. Almost to a fault because it feels like every game and their mother is trying to put a BR mode into their game. But yeah, like BR is great. It's not going to go anywhere. But if Fortnite wants to stick around, if they want to keep everybody's attention and they don't want to get old, trust me, I know a lot of you guys like myself sometimes are starting to feel like Fortnite's getting a little bit tedious at times, a little bit repetitive. This is what they have to do. This is what they're going to do. Like, their updates with all the new weapons and all the new additions and balances and stuff every week are great, but adding in new modes is really going to make this game feel fresh. And you guys know me, I eventually want to see custom maps and like races and complete custom games and stuff like that, which would be cool. But this is kind of the first step to life. Like I said, this is the first mode that is not an objective of surviving all the way through and being the last one alive. That's not the objective here, which is kind of cool. And I'm assuming we're going to get more modes like that in the future. But in terms of mode details, I've got some details here for you guys. The jewels can be found in special supply drops. They've got the safes on them, of course, and they're located along the edge of the first storm circle. So you got to keep that in mind. You don't want to drop in the middle of the circle. You want to stay along the edge to be able to pick these things up. It says that 4 jewels will be employed on the map at all times. If a player escapes the jewel or if one is lost in the storm, a new supply drop will bring a replacement. So that's kind of interesting. That's good to know. When a jewel is picked up, it will be visible on the map to everyone for 30 seconds. So you probably want to go into like a holding pattern, try to go hide out, try to camp it out for a minute, wait till you get off the map, and then you can start moving towards your getaway van. And then carrying a jewel will give players health and shields over time, but also slow them down by 10%. So that's kind of tough. That's not going to be easy. That makes me think it's going to be really worth it to like have somebody on your team go pick up an ATK and then bring it to you so you don't have to move any slower. You can just tap in the ATK, they can drive you around. Seems like a good idea. Now for getaway vans, it says there are 4 total vans on the map, so obviously 4 different teams can get the victory royale in this mode. 3 that arrive early in the match and 1 that shows up near the end. Getaway vans float in midair. Jewel carriers must build up and then interact with them in order to complete a getaway. That's going to be interesting. So like you could literally camp the getaway vans, wait for a team that has a jewel to come up and try to get up into it, stop them from building up, just take out their structures, kill that team, pick up the jewel, and then take the van yourself. could be kind of an interesting strat as well. The goal is to find or steal a jewel and take it to one of the vans in order to secure a victory royale. Once they arrive, safe drops and getaway vans will be visible on the maps at all times. Something we haven't really seen in any of the gameplay so far, like the teasers or anything, is that there are 12 red pursuit supply drops that land at the very beginning of the match. These carry a variety of longer range weapons and items. They're only way to obtain the grappler in this new mode. So that's kind of exciting. You know, you're going to be able to get the safe early on the outside of the map, but you're also going to be able to get these red supply drops to give you weapons and equipment and stuff that's going to help you with the longer ranges. It says resource harvesting amounts are increased by 50%, which I like. That's awesome. Only rare weapons or higher will be found in this mode, so you're going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Rifts, rift to go, and launch pads have been removed to reduce mobility for the getaway van engagements. That's probably a good idea. Might get a little bit too spammy if everybody was like jumping around and chasing you down too quickly. And then profile stats are tracked in this mode, but umbrellas are not awarded for wins. So yeah, there you guys have it. That's the brand new getaway mode. I'm excited. I'll definitely bring you guys some gameplay here in a little bit once it goes live. It's not live yet when I'm recording this video. Now, moving on to some of the other changes. So number one of the biggest things is that the storms towards the end of the match are now going to do damage to structures. So every time the storm reaches the point where it's going, like it reaches the next smallest circle, it's going to have like a moment where like the lightning or whatever strikes, and it's going to destroy all the structures that it's currently touching in that circle. So that's dangerous. You got to make sure that if you're building up, if you're trying to have the high ground, you've got to have another piece touching a different part inside the next circle. Otherwise, you're going to end up falling down. It's going to prevent some of the high ground camping and the crazy, you know, kind of like heel-offs that happen sometimes. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens with that. But not only that, we also have a ton of other changes. First up, the grappler's been added. Of course, we know that. It's going to be in the brand new getaway mode. It's also going to be in normal BR. And it says you can fire at a nearby object to pull yourself towards it. Now, one thing I'm really wondering, and it says in the patch notes here, it says that you can fire it at anything and it sticks to anything. I'm wondering if you can fire it towards the ground. Can you leap off a mountain and then right at the last second fire it to the ground, pull yourself towards the ground and not take any fall damage? That could be kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see if that works out. It says it can be found in vending machines, floor loot, treasure chests, supply drops, and supply llamas. It's an epic rarity, so it's going to be rare, but not too rare. It says you can chain multiple shots together to travel great distances, so you're going to be like Spider-Man, which, by the way, I can't wait to play that this Friday. Tomorrow, it's going to be awesome. It says it has 15 charges discarded when charges are depleted. So, you get to use it 15 times. After that, it's just gonna disappear from your inventory. So yeah, we've got some exciting stuff happening on that end. Brand new LTM, brand new piece of equipment, new feature to the storms. But let's talk about some of the old school weapons and how they're being changed. We've got some pretty significant changes to the rarities of weapons, and some weapons have been completely taken out with this update. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this shakes up. Now, first of all, rest in peace to the revolvers. They've been vaulted. We knew this was coming. I'm kind of sad about it. Like, it was fun to pick up a revolver early game when everybody's scrambling for a weapon and getting those like one-shot headshots. But apart from that, I never really hung on to it. Like, they really weren't that useful. So I'm not too upset about the removal of it, but F to pay respects. They've also removed the common submachine gun, which I feel like is a good move. That thing was straight buns anyway. I never picked it up, so I didn't know that was getting taken out, but they did. The rear rocket launcher, that's been taken out as well. So again, wasn't really expecting that. Now the good thing is that they're taking out the rare one, the blue one, but they're increasing the drop rate of the purple and gold ones to make up for it. So it's going to be still the same number of RPGs out there. It's just they're going to be the better RPGs, not the weaker RPGs. So I feel like I agree with that. I'd much rather have a purple or a gold one anyway, so I'm not upset by that. They've removed the legendary bolt action sniper. There's no longer a gold sniper in the game. I mean, there's the heavy sniper, of course, but there is no longer a gold bolt action sniper. And it does not say that they've increased the drop rate of any of the other bolt actions to replace it. So that I'm actually a little bit sad about. I mean, I love the new heavy sniper, don't get me wrong, but I've always loved my bolt action. Like, that was always one of my favorite weapons in the game, and it's now no longer going to be in the game, which is kind of intense. I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. They've removed the rare pistol. Not really too worried about that. Remote explosives have been increased in rarity from rare to epic, And then Portaforts have been decreased from epic to rare. The semi-auto sniper has been decreased from epic and legendary to uncommon and rare, which that's a big jump there. But I totally agree with that. Nobody really likes the semi-auto all that much. Dual pistols have been decreased from epic and legendary to rare and epic. I think that makes sense as well. The suppressed pistol has been decreased from epic and legendary to rare and epic. So a lot of these, not too big of a change. Like they're just dropping them down one or two sets of the rarity, but some of them, like the gold sniper just being completely taken out. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. They said that the burst assault rifle has more accuracy now. It's a little bit more accurate when you're standing up. Reduced, it's actually a little bit less accurate, but then jumping and falling, it's a lot more accurate than it used to be. So you're going to be able to jump around a little bit more with it, which I feel like is kind of important. That's kind of what Fortnite's all about. So it makes it a little bit more viable of a weapon in that sense. You don't only have to have a shotgun or another type of AR. Increased drop stack count for Boogie Bomb from 1 to 2, and then increased max stack size for Stink Bombs from 5 to 6. And finally, max stack size for the 50 pot shields from 2 to 3. So that's going to be a cool change as well. It's good to be able to carry 3 of those things. 150 shield in your back pocket. So yeah, there you guys have it. Like I said, I mean, it's not the biggest update in the world, but we've got some interesting stuff happening. Not only with the brand new things being added in, but they're really moving some of these older items around and changing up the rarities and stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Rest in peace to the Gold Sniper. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once this update goes live, which it might be live by the time this video goes live, then I'm definitely going to be recording, getting you guys some getaway LTM gameplay. I'm excited for it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Peace out.